Hello, hello. How are we? Oh, why is my latency 308? 234. What's going on? Oh, I see. Hold on. Okay. If I pause that, hopefully. Yeah, alright, cool. Well, that's a poor start. Yes, I'm downloading I'm downloading GTA 5 right now, which is why my latency was so high, because it couldn't handle the download. And I'm downloading GTA 5 because my flatmate's away for the night, so I'm on my own, and I'm having some girl trouble, as always. Classic. What? Whoa, what's happened? What happened there? Was that a bug, or was that my internet? Oh, there's actually nobody there. Is there not? No, he's dead. Okay, right, I understand. Yeah, that was a girl trouble, as always. Classic. And I'm not very good at, like, taking my mind off things, so... I'm gonna just try hard to take my mind off it tonight.
Control the majority of sectors. Good job, Novak.
With some games. And I thought playthrough of the story of GTA 5 would be a fun way to do that. I can turn my phone off and stick it in a different room and just lose myself in GTA 5, get hyped up for GTA 6. Anyway, we're not talking about the new GTA, we're talking about the new Battlefield game. Battlefield 6, we're calling it, aren't we? Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 looks like it's due to release later this year, and they're hyping it up. They're hyping it up. They've got the playtests. I did a little video about the playtest the other day. Oh, come on, game. What? You've got to be joking. These bullets, how they... That's ridiculous. Game's done me. Yeah, they're hyping it up. There's been these playtests. I think they had like a 3-day, I think it was 3 days, 3-day playtest this weekend, where I think it was to set test servers, but basically people just kind of had access to the game, or at least a small part of the game, and could log on at any time they wanted, as if they owned the game, rather than it being like an hour or two here and there. And I think loads of people were involved in that. I've seen so many comments on social media being like, yeah, I was involved. People really paying attention to their NDAs there. And is that guy still there? He's not, is he? No. Whoa. I haven't been Sundance for ages. And so that's hyping it up. They're hyping it up on social media. Well, I'm not hyping myself up. Oh my days. I am bad. I sold my dog for beer. A great name. And one thing they've talked about is the class system, which I presume is what people were testing out in that playtest as well. And kind of what they're saying about the class system is that, well, they said a lot of things, that each class is going to be divided into like subclasses, and those subclasses are going to have different abilities, and each class will be able to help the team in a different way. Yeah, like normal Battlefield, with different different traits, I guess. But kind of these like subclasses. So you got like assault, support, recon, and engineer, and then the subclasses. But kind of really what they are in terms of their like passive abilities, which they're going to have, are basically like just versions of the specialists. So I've always said this about the specialist system in 2042. Really, the problem mostly is a cosmetic problem, that it looks bad. Like 10 different rows all running around fighting each other. There being 10 rows on one team and 10 rows on the other, shooting at each other, just makes no sense, and like just pulls you out of the immersion. Just feels ridiculous. But really, in terms of like the class system, like you could easily have had a class system with, I don't know how many specialists there are, 12, 14? It doesn't matter how many there are. You could easily have a class system with that many classes and divide them into subclasses. So you've got like 2042 does. You've got supports, you've got assaults, you've got engineers, you've got recons, but they're then divided like by different abilities. So like McKay can move fast, whatever, and obviously they get their own gadgets, which that maybe does create a bit of an extra problem. But mostly, I think that you can consider the specialist system to be a kind of class system, but with like a weird I'm just running around here. I don't know what I'm doing. But with sort of like, oh my god, I am bad at Battlefield. What is going on? I'm very bad. I'll kill him though. That'd be nice. So they're doing that in the new Battlefield, right? Well, I'm stuck here. And that's fine. Like, I'm actually happy with that. Like, classes as they should be and subclasses, that's fine. No issue with that. Don't call them specialists this time. Give them like proper like military cosmetics. Don't give them names, and we're all great. Okay? Like, no problem. We're all happy. Where people aren't happy, and I don't know where I stand. Well, I do know where I stand, but I stand in sort of no man's land, really. Oh god, I cannot play this game. Is weapons. So that's weird, they all came from nowhere. So weapons. That was the internet. That wasn't me. That was the internet. The internet's being dodgy today. That was me, not the internet. So with 2042, what really makes the class system not defined in terms of its abilities? So they are defined in terms of their abilities, but what they're not defined in is weapons. So anybody can pick any weapon. Here, I'm an assault using an assault rifle. That's fine. That's legit. I'm allowed to do that. But if I wanted to, I could be a medic with a sniper, which I actually think medic with the sniper is the biggest problem, because they can heal, or sorry, support, we'll call it support, medic, whatever. They can heal and resupply themselves and still pick you off from a distance, so they don't need anybody else. And that, for a lot of people, is a problem. That any class can use any weapon is a real problem for a lot of people. And the reason for that is, A, you get situations like medic with a sniper, where sort of that class ability just can't, like, how do you balance the game? You can't balance the game when there are so many different combinations that can be used, because you can't rein those combinations in. Like, you can't. There are just an unlimited number of ways that they need to think about the development of the game, and they just don't have the time or the resources to do it. Whereas when one particular class is overpowered, it's much easier to rein it in, because you can rein their weapons in. I knew that was going to happen. You also have the problem with readability. When you see someone running, and you see the little icon above their head, or you see their cosmetics, like their class archetype. So in Battlefield 1 probably has the best like visuals for this, I think, that where you see someone, and because there's no cosmetics, and the silhouettes are really, really, really well defined, you know that they're a medic or a support or assault or scout. So you instantly know by seeing them. And because the weapons are class locked, you then know off the back of that effectively how you're going to approach that gunfight. So if you're approaching a scout and you're an assault, you know that you've got an SMG and he's probably got a sniper rifle or a bolt action rifle. So you know you're going to win that gunfight, like, unless you suck or whatever. You know that he's got to resort to his sidearm. There's also things that you know that are readable to you because... Am I around here? Because of the information you've got from seeing that class silhouette. When you unlock the weapons, you've got no idea, so it makes the game so much less readable. Kill him.
70 meters away from my position.
Oh, I got away with that. He jumped down there. He was going to kill me, I think. Oh, whoa. And the readability of the game is really important to a lot of people. Ah, fiddlesticks. Fair enough. He just saw me there, didn't he? So, when you see a scout, you don't automatically know that he's going to have a... Whoa, what's going on here? Why can't I turn? Why can't I turn? What's going on? I think that might have been internet as well. Oh, where am I going to drop here? Can I try and drop on the crane? Is that going to work? Yes, it is. Hold on me. So in terms of balance and readability of the game, you need to have class-locked weapons. But other people would argue... Oh, that was rubbish. I'm terrible. Other people would argue that it restricts freedom, and Battlefield's all about freedom, it's all about creativity. There being too many combos that the game can be, that the people can use, is not a problem, because why would that be a problem? Why would you not want players to have freedom to... I'm dead. Is that just plopped on the floor there? There's something going wrong here. I think the internet is being really dodgy. It was earlier. It doesn't really know where I'm throwing grenades, or it didn't really know what I was doing with that wingsuit earlier. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're talking. Yeah, like, why wouldn't you want to be able to come up with some cool combos and have an interesting way of playing? Like, why wouldn't you want to be a medic with, I don't know, a shotgun? I don't know. I'm not creative enough to think of these. Or a scout with an assault rifle. That's probably the best way. Or a recon, scout or recon, whichever way you wanna call them. Ah! God, this good start has come to an end. Oh no, a bad start. That's been weird again. That was internet being weird. Good start, but sorry, bad start, good middle, and now bad. My phone going off. And yeah, so a scout with a recon with an assault rifle kind of is cool, because you can put the spawn beacon down. You can spot people, but you can still be really aggressive with it. Whereas it's traditionally not an aggressive class.
Remember your orders.
Oh. That's why Zane is the best assault, because he just healed himself there. Might have been able to win that gunfight. Wouldn't have been twatting around putting my armor plate in. Oh, how's that not killed him? No assist counts as killing this game. Someone just flying through the air there. That's great. So there is that argument that freedom is good. Freedom's a good thing, and creativity is a good. God, that guy keeps killing me. 17 and 4. There's some really good players on their team. Really good players on their team. Look at the number of kills everyone's got on their team, and then look at us. I've got the most. And only like a handful of people have got above 10, and then they've got loads of people with above 10. They've got guys 30 for 2. He's everywhere. Anyway, yeah, why wouldn't you want that freedom? Why wouldn't you want the freedom to play the game how you wish? Does that work? Yeah. So I totally understand that point of view too. So what do you do? What they did in 2042 is they made... And I think this is the plan for the next one. I think I read this was their plan. So basically, the system's going to be similar to 2042. Is in the next game, each class is going to have its own like weapon specialization. So in this one, you can. I'm an assault now, so I get extra. Ooh, not killed him. Wow, rubbish. I suck. So I get extra mags in my weapon. If I use an assault rifle. If I'm a recon and I use a nice position there, mate, but not nice enough. If I'm a recon and I use a sniper rifle, I get longer holding breath time, I think.
Threat neutralized!
Wow, a lot of them there. And then there's LMG specializations for the engineers, I think, where they get more accuracy if they're prone or lying, prone or crouched. The medics get better sprint to fire time and switching weapon speed with SMGs. So that's the plan. So that each class doesn't have a weapon lock, but they have like a favorite weapon where they will be better with that weapon if you pick it. So if you pick the assault rifle as the assault, you'll get a benefit for it. Trying to make more people pick them with that class so that it does feel a little bit more readable and you don't have to worry too much, right? That's the idea. But the truth is that once you've given people the freedom, those little edges don't really make too much of a difference. I don't know of anybody in 2042 who uses any of the specializations other than assault, because extra ammo with the assault rifles, which are already the best weapons in the game, are obviously better, right? So I don't believe that'll make a difference. So what do you do, right? I think a lot of people, most creators, most long-time Battlefield, wow, that's a lot of people, long-time Battlefield fans would say that, is he going to give me a bag? Is he gonna give it? No, he's not. He's not. Okay, fair enough. Would say that it's a bad thing, that you can't have weapon freedom because of all the reasons I just said. It's an essential part of Battlefield, and it doesn't feel like Battlefield without it. It feels like Call of Duty. It feels like a different game. It removes that rock paper scissors element of what Battlefield's so good. Like, if you want to do something, you have to be that, but it comes with the trade-off. When those trade-offs don't exist because the weapon you can use can fit whatever you want it to do. Oh my god, that guy's killed me so many times. Then it becomes not Battlefield anymore, and I totally appreciate that. Why do they want to remove weapon class locks? Quite simply because they want to sell skins on weapons. They want there to be a meta. They want people to buy skins, but you can't do that because if a meta weapon is locked behind a certain class and someone only likes to play a different class, they're not going to buy anything for it. I think that's effectively the reason why. So are you choosing gameplay, or are you choosing basically the game making money? And the game does have to make money. So that is a difficult one, because if the game doesn't make money, then oh wow. If the game doesn't make money, then like it doesn't exist. They're not doing this out of the kindness of their hearts. I think the solution here, right, and which has existed in Battlefield games before, and it's not a hard one to implement, is that each class gets its own weapon type, right? So assault rifles belong to the assault. SMGs belong to the support. Engineer gets LMGs, and sniper rifles go to shit. Sniper rifles go to recon. Okay, so like that stays, but then you have to. Then you can have another pool of weapons, i.e. carbines or DMRs, shotguns, whatever, which are available to all classes. Does that solve the problem about meta weapons and selling skins? No, it doesn't. It does to a certain degree, because if one of those weapons is in there, in those categories, then yeah, it would solve that problem for that moment. But yeah, if you got an OP assault rifle, it would still push everyone to playing assault. But I think that is a nice balance between the two, where, okay, yeah, if you want to use an assault rifle, you do have to be an assault, but you don't have to use an assault rifle if you're an assault. There are, other options available to you. that is, I think, better. It increases the readability, but also provides some unpredictability. Like the carbines, the all-rounders, as it were, they kind of allow for basically anybody to play how they like with any class because you've got that balanced weapon. And I really do think that's the best way of doing it. I've seen a few people say it. What do I think will happen? I think that they're going to go with unrestricted weapons. I think that as a business decision, they probably can't afford to do it any other way. But, oh wow, nothing there. But it's unfortunate. I think it will negatively impact the game, but not so much that like no one's going to buy it. It's not going to be like, oh, well, this is a Battlefield anymore. It just takes away one element of it, doesn't it? And there's a huge argument going on about it online, but I don't. And you can give feedback for the Battlefield Labs thing if you've been involved. Say that I didn't like the fact I could pick any weapon, it wasn't readable enough. You can do all that, but I don't think it's going to make a difference. I hope DICE are listening to what people are saying about it. Oh my god, ouch, you suck. Luckily, he's just going to go straight there. Interesting. I hope DICE are listening to people about it and they can come up with some sort of solution. But yeah, you can even like half the assault rifles behind a wall, couldn't you? Per class. Like they can have 50-50 and then 50% of them are, yeah, the lesser 50% are anybody's choice. I don't know how you're going to do it, but basically I hope DICE are listening. I hope they do something about it, because there's a lot of negative feedback coming from a lot of the community, and yeah, they've got time to change it. They've got time to do something about it, but completely unrestricted weapons, I just don't think it's the way to go. Anyway, that'll do me. Thanks for listening. Subscribe if you enjoyed that, and I will see you in a bit. Goodbye.